folks, we're into the Follies. First though, folks, let's pause for a mo. No, folks, you'll still get your jollies. It's just I got a problem that I think you should know. See, I've been very perturbed of late, very upset, very betwixt and between. The things that I want, I don't seem to get. The things that I get, you know what I mean. I got those, God, why don't you love me? Oh, you do, I'll see you later, blues. That long as you ignore me, you're the only thing that matters. Feeling that if I'm good enough for you, you're not good enough. And thank you for the present, but what's wrong with its stuff? Those don't come any closer, cause you know how much I love ya. Feelings, those tell me that you love me. Oh, you did, I gotta run now, blues. Margie, oh, Margie. says she really loves me.
I love him.
She says she really cares.
I care.
She says that I'm her hero.
I'm hero.
She says I'm perfect, she swears.
You're perfect, goddammit.
She says that if we parted, she says that she'd be sick. She says I'm yours forever. She says I gotta get out of here quick.
Don't go. I love you.
I got those whisper how I'm better than I think, but what do you know? Blues. That long as you ignore me, I'm the only thing that matters. Feeling that say I'm all the world to you, you're out of your mind. I know there's someone else and I could kiss your behind. 'Cause you say I'm terrific, but your taste was always rotten. Feelings, those go away, I need ya. Come to me, I'll kill ya. Darling, I'll do anything to keep you with me till ya. Tell me that you love me, oh you did, now beat it, will ya? Blues. Sally. Oh, Sally. She says she loves another. She says a fella she prefers. She says that he's her idol. She says ideal, she avers.
You deal averse.
She says that anybody, she says, would suit her more than I. She says that I'm a washout.
A washout.
She says I love her so much I could cry.
Get off of me! Ew! Go away!
I got those. God, why don't you love me? Oh, you do. I'll see you later. Blues. That long as you ignore me, you're the only thing that matters. Feeling that if I'm good enough for you, you're not good enough. And thank you for the present, but what's wrong with it stuff? Those don't come any closer, 'cause you know how much I love ya. Feelings, those if you will, then I can. If you don't, give it to me. I don't want it, gotta have it. High, low, left, right, wrong, right, black, white. God, why don't you love me? Oh, you do, I'll see you later.
Gonna be fine. Baby, it's time that you face it. I always get my man.
Sooner or later you're gonna decide. Sooner or later there's nowhere to hide.
Baby, it's time, so I wasted in chatter. Let's settle the matter. Baby, you're mine on a platter. I always get my man.
But if you insist, babe, the challenge delights me. The more you resist, babe, the more it excites me. And no one I've kissed, babe, ever fights me again. If you're on my list, it's just a question of when
gonna love you when you all alone. Sooner is better than later, but lover, I'll hover, I'll play. This time I'm not only getting, I'm holding my man.
But you know me, bright ideas just pop into me head and I was thinking, seems a downright shame. Seems an awful waste. Such a nice plump frame. What's his name has, nor it can't be traced. Business needs a lift. Debts to be erased. Think of it as thrift, as a gift, if you get my drift. No? Seems an awful waste. I mean, with the price of meat, what it is, when you get it, if you get it. Ah, good you got it. Take for instance Mrs. Mooney and a pie shop. Business never better, using only pussycat and toast. Now our pussy's good for maybe 6 or 7 at the most. And I'm sure they can't compare as far as taste.
Mrs. Lovett, what a charming notion,
Well,
eminently
it
practical
does
yet
seem
appropriate
always.
as always. Mrs. Lovett, how I've lived without you all these years, I'll never know.
Think
How
about it,
delectable,
lots of other gentlemen
also
will soon be coming for a
undetectable.
shave.
How
Won't they?
choice, how
Think
rare.
of all them pies.
What's the sound of the world out there?
What, Mr. Todd, what, Mr. Todd, what is that sound?
Those crunching noises pervading the air.
Yes, Mr. Todd, yes, Mr. Todd, yes, all around.
It's man devouring man, my dear. And who are we to deny it in here? These are desperate times, Mrs. Lovett, and desperate measures must be called for.
Here we are, hot out of the oven.
What's that?
It's priest. Have a bit of priest.
Is it really good?
Sir, it's too good, at least. Then again, they don't commit sins of the flesh, so it's pretty fresh.
Awful lot of fat.
Only where it's sat.
Haven't you got a poet or something like that?
Now you see the trouble with poet is, how do you know it's deceased? Try the priest.
Heavenly. Not as hearty as bishop, but they're not as bland as curate either.
And good for business too. Always leaves you wanting more. Trouble is, we only get it on Sundays. Lawyer's rather nice.
If it's for a price.
Order something else so to follow, since no one should swallow it twice.
Anything that's lean.
Well then, if you're British and loyal, you might enjoy Royal Marine. Anyway, it's clean, though of course it tastes of wherever it's been.
Is the squire on the fire?
Mercy, no sir, look closer, you'll notice it's grosser.
Look snicker. More like thicker.
No, it has to be grosser, it's green.
The history of the world, my love,
Save a lot of graves, do a lot of relatives favours.
is those below serving those up above.
Everybody shaves, so there should be plenty of flavours.
How gratifying for once to know that those above will serve those down below.
Now let's see here. We've got tinker,
Something pinker,
tailor,
something paler,
potter,
something hotter,
butler,
something subtler,
locksmith,
something
Lovely bit of Clark.
Maybe for a lark.
Then again, a sweep if you want it cheap and you like it dark. Try Financier, peak of its career.
That looks pretty rank.
Well, he drank, no, it's Lancashire. Never really sold, maybe it was old.
Have you any beetle?
Next week, so I'm told. Beetle isn't bad till you smell it and notice how well it's been greased. Stick to priest. Now this might be a bit stringy, but then of course it's fiddle player.
That's not fiddle player, it's piccolo player.
How can you tell?
It's piping hot!
Then blow on it first.
The history of the world, my sweet.
Oh, Mr. Todd, what does it tell?
It's those get eaten and those get to eat.
And Mr. Todd, who gets to sell?
But fortunately, it's all so clear that everybody goes down well with beer.
Since Marine doesn't appeal to you, how about Rear Admiral?
Too salty. I prefer general.
With or without its privates? With its extra?
What's that?
It's fop. Finest in the shop. And we have some shepherd's pie peppered with actual shepherd on top. And I've just begun. Here's the politician, so oily it's served with a doily. Have one.
Put it on a bun. Well, you never know if it's going to run.
Try the fryer, fry to tryer.
No, the clergy is really too coarse and too mealy.
Then actor, it's compactor.
Ah, but it always arrives overdone. I'll come again when you have judge on the menu.
Well, wait, true. We don't have judge yet, but I have something you might fancy even better.
What's that?
Executioner.
Have charity towards the world, my pet.
Yes, I know, my love.
We'll take the customers that we can get.
High, born and low, my love.
We'll not discriminate great from small. No, we'll serve anyone, meaning anyone, and to anyone at all.
There's cinnamon in the coffee, Robert. Would you like any sugar or cream?
Both. May I have lots of both?
Of course you may.
Or do you want some brandy with it, Robert?
You haven't some?
Oh, we don't drink, but you go ahead, darling.
Or do you want a real drink? We've got anything you want.
Well, Harry, if you don't mind, could I have some bourbon?
Right.
Sweetheart.
Okay, darling.
Are you both on the wagon? Sarah, you're not on the wagon.
All these questions, like some game show contestant. You've known us all our lives, and you've just realised that Harry's now on the wagon.
A year and a half now.
No, I know for a fact next month it'll be a year.
No, it was a year in February, so it's a year and a half now.
1 year, count it, 1. Harry got arrested and being drunk and quit out of some kind of humiliation.
No, I quit to see if I actually could. That's what happened. I must have told you, Robert.
Never. Or I never would have bought the bourbon. How were you arrested?
Oh, another question. Here, why don't you try some of your brownies?
I was in California on business, and I got really sauced one night. And I went to get dropped off at my hotel. But then I thought, I'll go down to the corner to get something to eat and sober up.
You said it was 3 blocks away.
No, the corner.
3 blocks away.
Anyway, a patrol pulled me over. And they said, "You're drunk." And I said, "Drunk? Oh, I'm clobbered." And he said, "You're coming with the miss." And I said, "Take me to my hotel for God's sake. It's just on the corner."
3 blocks away.
Anyway, they mugged me, booked me. And guess what, Robert? The very next time I was out there, happened all over again. I only had some wine.
Only 3 bottles.
I insisted on taking a drunk test. I only flunked it by 1 point.
And that is when you quit, precious. Oh, Harry thinks it was his first arrest, but really it was his second. I thought Harry told everybody.
Anyway, I quit to see if I actually had a drinking problem, which I don't.
Just a problem drinking.
Anyway.
Do you miss it?
Oh, another question. Harry, do you miss it?
No. No, I really don't.
Yes, he really does. Hi, darling.
Anyway, haven't had a drink since.
Whoops.
What's whoops? I haven't had a drink since.
At Sheila and George's wedding.
Oh, for God's sake. I'm sorry, Robert. I must apologise for how staggeringly falling down drunk I was after one swallow of champagne.
I didn't say you were drunk, but you did have the champagne.
A swallow. One swallow.
And one swallow. An elephant swallow.
I'd like to ask for another bourbon, but I'm terrified.
Oh, but why don't you have another brownie?
God, no, I'll bust.
Bust? Bust, you bust? Look at you, skinny little thing. I bet if you go on the scales, it goes the other way. Minus.
Well, Sarah, I'm honoured and touched, and I think I was just insulted.
Don't eat that brownie.
I was just smelling it.
Sarah,
Please.
is it possible to become a food voyeur?
Mexican food. Mexican is what I crave. Doesn't it just make you arrive? Oh.
Chili.
Chili. Oh, yes, chili.
Cake.
Sarah Lee cake. Sarah Lee is the most phenomenal woman since Eleanor Roosevelt.
Sweet and sour shrimp.
How about sweet and sour anything?
Is it possible you guys are on diets?
No, not me. Sarah.
Look at these pants. You could fit a fist in them. That's how much weight I've lost.
Look at that. She always does that. Oh, look, I can fit my fist in my pants too. She thinks I buy that crap.
But darling, I've lost 8 pounds already.
Look, it's the magazines. Have you seen these women's magazines? They're all filled with, cakes, in pies, in roasts, and potatoes. She subscribes to about 40 magazines. We're up to our asses in them.
I've read them all.
Don't.
Do?
Anyway, we even have magazines on wrestling.
Karate? Not wrestling. It's karate.
What wouldn't you give to see all those fat broads in their gym learning karate?
Actually, darling, I'm rather good at it.
How long have you been studying it?
No, Robert. Several months.
Show us some karate.
No.
Do one thing.
No.
Come on, Sarah, I'd give just anything to see you do one move. I bet you're excellent. Hey, I'll be your partner.
Well, Harry, this is embarrassing.
Come on. Do something.
Fine. One throw.
Yay.
One.
Hooray.
Stand
Where?
there.
Oh. All right. I'm here.
Now come at me.
Here I come. Oh. Oh.
Fantastic. That's hysterical.
I could have prevented that
How?
by blocking it.
That can't be blocked.
It certainly can be.
Robert, it can't be blocked.
Yes, it can. All right. Let's do it again.
Okay, come at me.
Here I come.
Ooh. No, Harry, put me down. Put me down right now.
Okay,
now.
Okay. Come on. Do it again.
No.
All right.
Oh my God. Harry, could I have another bourbon?
Give up.
You get up.
I got you.
I've got you.
Want a break?
No. You could just stay here.
Fine by me.
Oh, you're both very good.
Thank you. I could break out this if I
Oh,
wanted to.
try me.
Tried it.
Help me.
Sorry.
Okay. I would call that a draw. Wow.
The little things you do together, that make perfect relationships. The hobbies you pursue together, savings you accrue together, looks you misconstrue together, that make marriage and joy. It's the little things you share together,
swear together, we're together, that make perfect relationships. The concerts you enjoy together, neighbors you annoy together, children you destroy together, that make marriage intact. It's not so hard to be married and to maneuver as one. It's not so hard to be married, and Jesus Christ, is it fun? It's sharing little wings together, drinks together, wings together, that make perfect relationships. Times you enjoy together, that make marriage a joy.
Not talking God of the decade ahead that allows you to get through the worst. It's I do and you don't, and nobody said that. And who brought the subject up first? It's the little things, the little things, the little things, the little things, the little ways you try together, cry together, lie together, that makes perfect relationships. Throwing a cliche together, growing old and gray together, withering away together, that makes marriage a joy. It's not so hard to be married, it's much the simplest of crimes. It's not so hard to be married.
I've done it 3 or 4 times.
It's people that you hate together, bathe together, date together, that make perfect relationships. Things like using horns together, shouting to your horse together, getting a divorce together, that make perfect relationships. Kiss, kiss.
Boy, crazy boy, get cool, boy. Got a rocket in your pocket. Keep coolly cool, boy. Don't get hot, 'cause man, you got some high times ahead. Take it slow, and daddy-o, you can live it up and die in bed. Boy, crazy boy, stay loose, boy. Breeze it, buzz it, easy does it. Turn off the juice, boy. Go, man, go, but not like a yo-yo schoolboy. Just play it cool, boy. Real cool. Pow! Pow, pow! Pow, pow! Pow, pow! Pow, pow! Pow! Cool! Go! Crazy! Cool! Go! Crazy! Go! Boy, crazy boy, stay loose, boy. Breeze it, buzz it, easy does it. Turn off the juice, boy. Just play it cool, boy, real cool.
out in the yard, taking down my bed sheets, when my neighbor yelled across,
The president's been shot.
I remember where I was, just exactly where I was, in the yard out back,
The president's been shot.
I was getting me a shoe shine
folding sheets,
when I heard
waiting for a carriage.
newsboys.
Suddenly they're shouting in the street, Lizzie sheets.
The president's been shot.
I'll remember it forever. And I thought,
Where I was, what I was doing.
something just broke.
The president's been shot.
My God.
Working at the plant.
I was halfway through correcting the exams.
It was Mike. Mike the foreman.
In amongst Billy.
I mean, he was crying.
He was crying.
I'll
Remember it forever.
And I thought,
The president's been shot.
you know what? There are presidents who aren't worth a lot. There's the kind that gets elected, then forgot. Mr. Garfield,
He's a hack.
Bill McKinley, he's a giant.
He's a joke.
Still, something just broke.
The president is rallying. The president is sinking. The president is dead.
Something just broke.
I was down at the exchange.
Something just made a little dent.
I've been sick.
Something just broke. Only for a moment. Something got bent. I'm taking the order. Something just went a little dark. Two potatoes. Something just left a little mark.
He was us.
Something just went. Something to be mended.
Made me wonder who we are.
Something we'll have to weather.
Like a flash.
Bringing us all together. Only for a moment. Nothing has really ended. Only just been suspended. But something just stood.
And I thought.
Something just
And
rose.
I thought.
And I thought. And I
Something just
spoke. Something I wish I hadn't heard. Something bewildering occurred.
Fix it up fast, please, till it's just smoke.
Till it's only something just passed. Nothing that will last.
Where I was, what I was doing.
Nothing but the moment.
Just an awful moment. But something just.
Mother said straight ahead, not to delay or be misled. I should have heeded her advice, but he seemed so nice. And he showed me things, many beautiful things that I hadn't thought to explore. They were off my path, so I never had dared. I had been so careful, I never had cared. But he made me feel excited, well, excited and scared. When he said, come in, with that sickening grin, how could I know what was in store? Once his teeth were bare, though I really got scared, well, excited and scared, but he drew me close and he swallowed me down a dark, slimy path where lie secrets that I never want to know. And when everything familiar seems to disappear forever, at the end of the path was Granny once again. So we waited in the dark until someone set us free, and we're brought into the light, and we're back at the start. And I know things now, many valuable things that I hadn't known before. Do not put your faith in a cape and a hood. They will not protect you the way that they should. And take extra care with strangers. Even flowers have their dangers, and though scary is exciting, nice is different than good. Now I know, don't be scared. Granny's right, just be prepared. Isn't it nice to know a lot? And a little bit not.
Hey, you!
Me up the
Yeah, you! Give me one good reason why I shouldn't take you out to the station, punk!
Dear kindly Sergeant Krupke, you gotta understand, it's just our bringing up key that gets us out of hand. Our mothers all are junkies, our fathers all are drunks. Golly Moses, naturally we're punks.
Gee, Officer Krupke, we're very upset. We never had the love that every child ought to get. We ain't no delinquents, we're misunderstood. Deep down inside us there is good.
There is good,
There is good, there is good, there is untapped good. Like inside, the worst of us is good. That's such a good story.
let me tell it to the world.
Just tell it to the judge.
The judge.
Come on,
Dear kindly Judge Your Honor, my parents treat me rough with all their marijuana. They won't give me a puff. They didn't want to have me, but somehow I was had. Lethal lizards, that's why I'm so bad.
Gee, Officer Krupke, you're really a square. This boy don't need a judge, he needs an analyst care. It's just his neurosis that ought to be curbed. He's psychologically disturbed.
I'm disturbed.
We're the most disturbed. Like we're psychologically disturbed.
On the opinion of this court, this child is depraved that he ain't had a normal home.
Hey, I'm depraved on account I'm deprived.
Take him to the head shrinker.
Head shrinker. My daddy beats my mommy. My mommy clobbers me. My grandpa is a commie. My grandma pushes tea. My sister wears a mustache. My brother wears a dress. Goodness gracious, that's why I'm a mess.
Gee, Officer Krupke, you're really a slob. This boy don't need a doctor, just a good honest job. Society's played him a terrible trick. And sociologically he's sick.
I am sick.
We are sick, we are sick, we are sick, sick, sick. Like we're sociologically sick.
In my opinion, this child doesn't need to have his head shrunk at all. Juvenile delinquency is purely a social disease.
Hey, I've got a social disease.
So take him to the social worker.
Social worker. Here. Dear kindly social worker, they tell me get a job, like be a soda jerker, which means like be a slob. It's not I'm anti-social, I'm only getting work. Gloriousky, that's why I'm a jerk.
Officer Krupke, you've done it again. This man don't need a job, he needs a year in the pen. It ain't just a question, I'm misunderstood. Deep down inside him, he's so good. I'm no good! We're no good, we're no good, we're no earthly good. Like the legs of us is no damn good. It's not sleepy.
The trouble is he drinks. The trouble is he's crazy.
The problem is he stinks. The problem is he's grumbling.
The trouble is he's grown.
We got troubles of our own. Officer Krupke, we're down on our knees.
'Cause no one wants a fella with a social disease.
The Officer Krupke, what are we to do? The Officer Krupke, Krupp you!
Soon, I promise. Soon, I won't shy away. Dear old, soon I want to. Soon, whatever you and you're kissing my brow. I don't mind it too much, and you'll have to admit I'm endearing or help keep things humming. I'm not domineering what's once more shortcoming. And think of how I adore you. Think of how much you love me. If I were perfect for you, wouldn't you tire of me soon? Oh, too soon, dear old.
Now, as the sweet imbecilities tumble so lavishly onto her lap.
Frederick, what a day it's been. Unending drama. While Petch was
Now,
brushing
there
my
are two
hair,
possibilities. A, I could ravish her. B, I could nap.
that grumpy old Mrs. Nordstrom from next door, her sister's coming for a visit.
Say it's the ravishment, then we see the option that follows, of course.
I do hope I'm imperious enough with the servants. I try to be, but half the time I think they're laughing
A,
at
the
me.
deployment of charm, or B, the adoption of physical force.
And then I just feel like I'm
Now,
jabbering
I rouse
on
the
and
verdict, I
on.
assume. Losing my trouser leg crossing the room.
I can't tell you how boring it was.
A hang entangled my stays, getting snaps. My nerves will be jangled, my energy sapped.
You should have seen Mrs. Ailing in the fishmonger.
Removing her clothing would take me all day, and a subsequent loathing would turn me away, which eliminates B and which leaves us with A.
Could you ever be jealous of me? Could you? Like the more offense?
Now, insofar as approaching it, what would be festive but have its effect?
Shall I learn Italian? I think it would be amusing if the verbs aren't too irregular.
Now, there are two ways of approaching it, A, the suggestive, and B, the direct.
But then French is a much chicer language. Everyone says so. Parlez-vous français?
Say that I settle on B, to wit, a charmingly lecherous mood.
I know you like my hair this way, but on top of my head, like a siren, is so comfortable.
Hey, I could put on my nightshirt or sit disarmingly be in the nude.
Oh, Frederick, you should have seen Grace
That might be
today.
affecting my body's alright, but not in perspective and not in the light.
Poor Henrik, how comical
I'm
for
bound
him.
to be chilly and feel a buffoon, but nightshirts are silly in mid-afternoon.
Why are virtuous people so stiff?
Which leaves such as but how to proceed. Although she gets rested, perhaps I could read.
He gave the coachman the tiniest
In
tip.
view of her penchant for something romantic, Desardes too trenchant and Dickens too frantic, a send out would ruin the plan of attack, as there isn't much blue in the red and the black.
The poor man was so...
To mope at some candor would cause a dismay. That Bronte's much grander, but not very gay. Her taste is much blander, I'm sorry to say, but his Hans Christian Andersen ever risque, which eliminates A.
And he said, "You're such a pretty lady." Wasn't that silly of him?
Oh, as my mental facilities partially muddied and ready to snap.
I'm sure about the bracelet, but earrings, oh, which earrings?
No, there are possibilities still to be started. I might as well nap.
Mother's rubies. Oh, the diamonds are agony, I know.
Oh, though I must adjust my original plan.
Desiree Armfeld, I'm just sure the most glamorous gown.
Oh, can I sleep off as deep as I usually
Dear
can?
distinguished old Friedrich.
But no, I still want and love you. Now as always. No.
Soon, I promise. Soon I won't shy away. Dear old, soon I want to. Soon, whatever you say. Even now. and you're close and we touch, and you're kissing my brow. I don't mind it too much, and you'll have to admit I'm endearing. I help keep things humming. I'm not domineering. What's once more shortcoming? And think of how I adore you. Think of how much you love me. If I were perfect for you, wouldn't you tire of me? Soon, oh, too soon.
Shit! Oh, could you give me a hand with this? Thanks. I wrote the extra crispy. I hope that's okay. And they were all out of fries, so I got onion rings.
I can't believe they even sell this stuff, man. It's so plastic.
What? Plastic? Oh, plastic. Yeah, it's real plastic.
So how come you buy it?
Me? Well, I don't. I mean, unless, I haven't done the marketing, or I'm stuck at the beauty parlor, or it's time to pick up Billy from Little League.
Charlie says that fast food is the stinking soil Americans lap up the way a dog returns to its own vomit. Charlie says that in America, the chickens are finally coming home to roost, rotten and reeking with the oozing pus of society devouring its own anus.
Who's Charlie?
Charlie Manson.
Charlie Manson, the mass murderer? Is he a friend of yours?
I'm his lover and his slave.
Far out. It's really weird. I know a guy named Charlie Manson back in high school. I also know a guy named Guy Lombardo. God, what a dreamboat. He was captain of the football team.
Charlie says that football is a form of slavery in which the black man's speed and strength are ruthlessly exploited by the racist ruling class. Charlie says that one day the black man will throw off his chains and lash back at the pigs that have tormented him. Charlie says that in Armageddon ensues, women will be raped and disemboweled. Men will be castrated, lynched, and burned alive. And blood and gore will choke our streets. And after the two sides have wiped each other out, Charlie will emerge as king of a new order, with me beside him as his queen.
I love your beads.
Know what?
Your beads! I must spent an hour on Haight Street trying to find a string of beads like that, but all I found were these. The salesman told me they were groovy, but I don't think they're groovy. I think yours are groovy. In fact, I think they're psychedelic. What's so funny?
Groovy, psychedelic. The way you talk, you sound just like an arc.
Well, I am an arc.
What?
I mean, I was. They fired me.
Who fired you?
The FBI.
You worked for the FBI?
Yep, right before I was CPA. No, wait, right after. Who's my husband then? Jack? No, Jack was when I had amnesia.
You had amnesia?
You're kidding me, I did. You get it? Because it's like, if I had amnesia, I couldn't remember anything, including that I had amnesia.
Are you making this stuff up?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not, but I don't know. Was I really in the Women's Army Corps? Have I really had 5 husbands? If I had 3 kids, where are they?
I was like you once. Lost, confused, a piece of shit. And then I met Charlie. I just had a fight with my daddy about my eye makeup or the bombing of Cambodia. He said I was a drug addict and a whore and I should get out of his house forever. And then I went down to the beach and cried. I felt like I was disappearing. Like the whole world was divided into 2 parts. Me and everybody else. And then this guy came down to the beach. This dirty-looking little elf. He sat down and smiled this twinkly devil smile and he said, "Your daddy kicked you out." He knew. Your daddy kicked you out. My daddy didn't tell him. So who could have? God. God sent this dirty-looking little elf to save a little girl lost on a beach. He smiled again and touched my hair, and off he went. And for a moment, I just watched him go. But then I ran and caught his hand, and until they arrested him for murdering Sharon Tate, I never let it go. What's wrong?
He reminds me of my daddy.
Who does? Colonel Sanders?
My daddy was just like your daddy. I loved him so much, and he said that he loved me too. And then he threw me out.
Let's kill him.
Okay. How? What are you doing?
Giving him the evil eye.
That's a picture on a box of chicken.
It's a graven image. Charlie taught us how to do it.
And you can really kill someone like that? Wow. This is neat. Shh. Think it's working?
I don't know.
Then let's try this.
So, where are you from?
West Virginia. What's the matter?
That's where Charlie's from.
You're kidding. Where in West Virginia?
Charleston.
What's the matter? That's where I'm from. You don't suppose.
My Charlie drives a Harley Davidson. He said he's had since high school.
My Charlie smoked cools with filters, but no.
My Charlie has eat shit and die written on his chest.
My Charlie and your Charlie are the same.
You knew him when he was just a kid.
With skinny legs and acne and no chin.
Did you know then that he was the son of God?
Absolutely.
By the sea, Mr. Todd, that's a life I covet. By the sea, Mr. Todd, oh, I know you'd love it. You and me, Mr. T, we could be alone in a house what we'd almost own down by the sea. Wouldn't that be smashing? With the sea at our gate, we'll have kippered herring, or have swum to us straight from the Straits of Bering. Every night in the kip, when we're through our kippers, I'll be there slipping off your slippers by the sea, with the fishy splashing by the sea. Wouldn't that be smashing by the sea? I can see us waking, the breakers breaking, the seagulls squawking. Ooh, ooh, I do me baking, then I go walking with you. I warm me bones on the esplanade, have tea and scones with me gay young blade. Then I'll knit a sweater while you write a letter, unless we got better to do. Think how snug it will be underneath our flannel when it's just you and me and the English Channel in our cozy retreat, kept all neat and tidy. We'll have chums over every Friday by the sea. Don't you love the weather by the sea? We'll go all together by the seaside, oh, by the beautiful sea. It'll be so quiet that who'll come by it except a seagull. Ooh, we shouldn't try it though till it's legal for two. But a seaside wedding could be devised, where on-board bedding legitimized. My eyelids will flutter, I'll turn into butter the moment I mutter I do.
share our keepers for the odd paying guest from the weekend trip. Is a nice sunny suite for the guests to rest in. Now and then you could do the guesting by the sea, very nice and proper by the sea. Bring along your chopper to the seaside, oh, to the beautiful sea.
It's your fault that there's a giant in our midst and my wife is dead.
But it isn't my fault I was given those beans. You've persuaded me to trade away my cow for beans, and without those beans there'd have been no stock to get up to the giants in the first place.
Wait a minute, magic beans for a cow so old that you had to tell a lie to tell her which you sold. Were they worthless beans? Were they oversold? No one tell us who persuaded you to steal that gold.
See, it's your fault.
No, it's your fault.
No. Yes, it is.
It's not.
It's true. Wait a minute, but I only sold the gold to get my cow back from you. So it's your fault.
No, it isn't. I done kept those beans, but our house was cursed. She made us get a cow to get the curse reversed.
It's his father's fault that the curse got placed and the place got cursed in the first place.
Well, then it's his fault.
It was his fault.
No.
It's his.
Wait a minute, but I chopped down the beanstalk, right? That's clear. Then without any beanstalk, then what's queer is how did the second giant get down here in the first place? Second place?
Yes.
How? Well, who had the other bean?
The other bean?
The other bean? You pocketed the other bean.
I didn't. Yes, I did.
It's your?
No, it isn't, because I gave it to my
So
wife.
it's her?
No, it isn't.
Now whose is it?
I obtained those beans to obtain your shoot, so the one who knows what happens to the bean is you.
You mean that? Oh, being your wife. Oh dear, well, I never knew. So don't look here. So it's your fault.
No.
See, it's her fault.
But
and it isn't mine at all.
But what?
But if you hadn't gone back up again, we were needy.
You were greedy. Did you need that ham?
But I got it for my mother.
Well, it's her fault then.
Yes, and what about the harp in the third place?
The harp, yes.
She went and dared me too.
Dead too?
She dared me too. She said that I was scared, so she dared me.
No, I
So
didn't.
It's your fault.
Wait a minute.
If you hadn't dared him too.
You left the harp with her.
You hadn't thrown away the beans in the first place.
she
You
had
hadn't
the
been
beans in the
first
beans in the
place.
first
You threw the
place.
beans in the first place.
It's your fault.
You're responsible. You're the one to blame. It's your fault.
It's the last midnight. It's the last wish. It's the last midnight. Soon it will be boom squish. Told a little lie, stole a little goat, broke a little vow. Did you? Had to get your prince, had to get your cow, had to get your wish, doesn't matter how, anyway it doesn't matter now. It's the last midnight, it's the boom splat, coming at you vast midnight, everybody smash flat. Nothing we can do, not exactly true. We could always give her the boy.
No!
No, of course, what really matters is the blame. Someone you can blame. Fine if that's a thing you enjoy, placing the blame. If that's the aim, give me the blame. Just give me the boy. No. You're so nice. You're not good and not bad. You're just nice. I'm not good, I'm not nice, I'm just right. I'm the witch, you're the world. I'm a hitch, I'm what no one believes. I'm the witch, you're all lies and feeds like his father. Like his son will be too, oh why bother? You'll just do what you do, it's the last midnight. So goodbye, y'all. Coming at you vast midnight. Soon you'll see the sky fall. Here you want a beam, have another beam. Beans are made for making you rich. Plant them and they soar. Here you want some more. Listen to the roar, giants by the score, where you can blame another witch. It's the last midnight. It's the last verse. Now before it's past midnight, I'm giving you my last curse. I'm leaving you alone. You can tend the garden, it's yours, separate and alone. Everybody down on all fours. All right, mother, when? Lost the beans again. punish me the way you did them. Give me claws and a hunch just away from this bunch and the doom and the gloom and the boom.
Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd. His stains were pale, his eyes were odd. He shaved the faces of gentlemen who never thereafter were heard of again. He trod a path that few had trod, did Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. He kept a shop in London town, of fancy clients and good renown. And what if none of their souls were saved? They went to their maker impeccably shaved. When Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street, swing your razor wide, Sweeney, hold it to the skies. Breathing flows the blood of those who bore lies. His needs were few and his room was bare, a lava bow and a fancy chair. A man was stuck in a leather strap, an apron, a towel, and a pin and a mop. Beneath the sea deserved a nod. In Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. Inconspicuous Sweeney was, quick and quiet and clean he was.
Back of his smile, under his word.
Sweeney had music that nobody heard. Sweeney pondered and Sweeney planned, like a perfect machine he planned.
Sweeney was smooth, Sweeney was subtle.
Sweeney would blink and rats would scuttle. Sweeney, 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 Sweeney. Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd. Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd. Served a dumb and vengeful God. Served a dumb and vengeful God. What happened then? Well, that's the play, and he wouldn't want us to give it away. Not Sweeney. Not Sweeney Todd. The demon barber of Fleet Street.
I remember when it was blue as ink, or at least I think. I remember sky, I remember snow, soft as feathers, sharp as thumbtacks, coming down like lint, or at least I think. I remember sky and ice like vinyl on the streets, cold as silver, white as sheets, rain like strings and changing things like leaves.
paper. I remember trees, bare as coat racks, spread like broken umbrellas, and parks and bridges, ponds and zoos, ruddy faces, muddy shoes, light and noise and bees and boys and days. I remember days, or at least I try. But as years go by, there's sort of haze, and the bluest ink isn't really sky. And at times I think I would gladly die for a day of sky.
So gosh, working man, born in the middle of Michigan, woke with a thought and away he ran to the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, Saw of a sudden how things were run, said time's a wasting, it's 1901. Some men have everything and some have none, and that's just fine. In the USA, you can work your way to the head of the line. So gosh, quiet man, worked on a quiet and simple plan. Strolled of a morning all spick and span to the Temple of Music by the Tower of Light in the Great Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, Saw Bill McKinley there in the sun, heard Bill McKinley say folks have fun. Some men have everything and some have none, and that's just fine. In the USA, you can work your way to the head of the line.
Big Bill,
Gave him a frill,
Big Bill,
sold him a bill.
Big Bill,
Who'd want to kill a man of goodwill like
Big Bill.
Oh gosh, angry man said, I will do what a poor man can. Yes, and there's no more fitting than in the Temple of Music by the Tower of Light between the fountain of abundance and the courts of lilies of the Great Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, Wrapped him a handkerchief round his gun, said nothing wrong about what I'd done. Some men have everything and some have none, that's by design. The idea wasn't mine alone, but mine, and that's a sign. In the USA, you can have your say, you can set your goal and seize the day. You've been given the freedom to work your way to the head of the line. To the head of the line.
Have it your way. You know what my way is? Hot. How about a hamburger that's fucking hot? Oh, sorry, I'm from Massachusetts. Dick, still there, babe? I'm 10 miles out from the airport and I'm starting to lose it. I need you to talk me down, all right? And it's in these waning hours of your administration that I begin to look back at, well, what you've accomplished. And I begin to realize you really bit the big one. Wazoo City, babe! And yes, I voted for you. I gave you my sacred democratic vote. And you know what you did to it? You pissed all over it. But, well, I suppose guys like you piss all over everything. You pissed all over yourselves. You pissed all over me. But I know what you're going to say. Sammy, you're my main man. Sammy, you're the backbone of the nation. Sammy, shut up, Dick! I'm talking now. Sorry, babe. Where was I? Ah, yes. You seen a newspaper lately? Oh, Grandma sleeps in package crate. Sewage closes New Jersey beaches. And Saudi prince buys Howard and Johnson's. What the hell is going on, Dick? It wasn't supposed to be like this. Someone's got to be lying, but who? And you know when you get that feeling in your gut, that gut-wrench feeling? That's what I have, because someone's lying about something, but how are we supposed to know with all these oil embargoes and megaton holes in the ozone layer? But it's all right, because the Republicans say that the Democrats, they fucked up, and they'll fix it. But the Democrats, they say that they fucked up, and they'll fix it. Well, who's lying? Because somebody's got to be lying, because you lied about it, you lied what you did about my vote, and you lied about the fucking hamburgers! But we just want someone to be there for us, to let us know they got our best interests at heart, and we just want to feel like a kid again, but we end up feeling like a scared little kid. And I remember I'll be like, Mommy, Daddy, I had a nightmare. And Daddy would come in and he'd be like, oh, son, I love you. Your mommy doesn't, but I do. And Mommy, she would come in and she'd be like, oh, Bubba, I'm here for you. Your daddy isn't, but I am. Well, that again is just them lying to us. But we don't know what to do. Well, I know what to do. I gotta kill the president.
Tell me, how do you two work together?
Oh, may I answer that?
Please.
How do we work together? Sure. He goes, and I go, and soon we're humming along, and that's called writing a song. Then he goes, and I go, and the phone goes ring, and he goes mutter, 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 yes, Jerome, mutter, no, Jerome, mutter, 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 that's his word, Jerome, mutter, 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 do it, Jerome, click, sorry, Charlie. So I go, and he goes, and I go, and soon we're tapping away. Sorry, Charlie. It's the secretary. On the intercom. Yes, Miss Booth. It's a messenger. Thanks, Miss Booth. Will you tell him to wait? Will you order the car? Will you call the bank? Will you wire the coast? Will you ring? Sorry, Charlie. Mutter, 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 mutter. Sell the stock. Mutter, buy the rights. Mutter, 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 mutter. Who put you on hold? Yes, Miss Booth. It's the interview. Thanks, Miss Booth. Will you tell him to wait? Will you call up the coast? Will you wire the bank? Will you order the car? And the telephone's blinking. The stocks get sold, and the rest of us, he keeps on holding. He's into making movies, and he's now a corporation, right? So I play at home with my wife and kids, and I wait to hear the movie bids, and I've got a little sailboat, and I'm into meditation, right? He flies off to California. I discuss him with my shrink. That's the story of the way we work, me and Franklin Shepherd Inc. I'm surprised at how much I like this. I promise to be honest if you promise to handle the lawsuit.
Now, tell me, I'm always curious. When you do work together, which generally comes first, the music or the lyrics?
Generally, the contract.
That sounds like you think making money is a bad thing for an artist.
Money? Yeah. Did I say money? No, I like money a lot. I mean, it's better than not. But when it's money, when you're into money. And you should be. Listen, Frank does the money thing very well. But there are other people who do it better. And Frank does a music thing very well. No one does it better. Still good. Telephone's blinking, the buzzer's buzzing. I really don't know what he does, but he makes a ton of money, and a lot of it for me. Right? So I think, okay, and I start to play, and he somehow knows, cause right away it's ring! Hiya, buddy! Wanna write a show? Got a great idea, want all the rights, with a 2-week out on a turnaround, on the guarantee plus a gross % of the billing clause. There I am in California, talking deals and turning pink. Back in business, and I mean just that, back when Franklin Shepherd Inc. Very sneaky how it happens, much more sneaky than you think. Start with nothing but a song to sing. Next year, Franklin Shepherd. Wait a minute, wait. I'm getting in too deep here. See, Frank and I are not that kind of close, not like we used to be. And friendship is like a garden. You have to water it and tend it and care about it. And you know what? I miss it, and I want it back. Nothing permanent has happened, just a temporary kink. Friendship's something you don't really lose. Ladies and gentlemen, don't let me lose the greatest composer any lyricist ever had. Phone him, write him, stop him on the street. You'll recognize him. He's the one going through his checkbook. And tell that man to get back to his piano. Sneaky how it happens. Every day you're on the brink. First the prizes, then the interviews. Oh my God, I think it's happened. Stop me quick before I sink. One more triumph that I can't refuse. In case you didn't notice, this is my first time on TV and my last. No, here's the point, whatever happens, then we'll all go have a drink. That's the guy I love, the fella who's inside. Mother, quick, Jerome, get the president. There's a crazy man on my TV screen. Inside, ring, inside Franklin Shepherd. Just writing care of any bank, USA Inc.
Did I abuse her or show her disdain? Why does she run from me? If I should lose her, how shall I regain the heart she has won from me? Agony beyond power of speech, when the one thing you want is the only thing out of your reach.
High in her tower, she sits by the hour, maintaining her hair. Life and becoming, whilst frequently humming her light-hearted air. Agony, far more painful than yours, when you know she would go with you if there only were doors. Agony, oh the torture they teach. Oh, what's as intriguing,
half so fatiguing
as what's out of reach.
Am I not sensitive, clever, well-mannered, considerate, passionate, charming, as kind as I'm handsome, an heir to a throne?
You are everything maidens could wish for.
And then why no?
True, I know.
That girl must be mad.
You know nothing of madness till you're climbing her hair and you see her up there and you're nearing her, all the while hearing her agony, misery, woe, it's different for each.
Always 10 steps behind,
always 10 feet below,
and she's
just out of reach. Agony, that can cut like a knife. I must have her to
I shall marry the miller's son. Pin my hat on a nice piece of property. Friday night for a bit of fun. We'll go dancing. Meanwhile, it's a wink and a wiggle and a giggle on the grass and a trip, the light fandango, a pinch and a diddle in the middle of what passes by. It's a very short road from the pinch and the punch to the paunch and the pouch and the pension. It's a very short road to the 10,000 lunch and the belch and the grouch and the sigh. In the meanwhile, there are mouths to be kissed before mouths to be fed, and a lot in between in the meanwhile. And a girl ought to celebrate what passes by. Or I shall marry the businessman. 5 fat babies and lots of security. Friday night, if we think we can, we'll have dancing. Meanwhile, it's a push and a fumble and a tumble in the sheets and a foot, the Highland fancy, a dip in the butter and a flutter with what meets my eye. It's a very short fetch from the push and the to the squint and the stoop and the mumble. It's not much of a stretch to the cribs and the croup and the bosoms that droop and go dry. In the meanwhile, there are mouths to be kissed before mouths to be fed, and there's many a tryst and there's many a bed to be sampled and seen in the meanwhile. And a girl ought to celebrate what passes by. Or I shall marry the Prince of Wales. Pearls and servants and dressing for festivals. Friday nights with him all entails. We'll have dancing. Meanwhile, it's a rip in the bustle and a rustle in the hay and a pitch, the quick fantastic, with flings of confetti in my petticoats away up high. It's a very short day to the fling that's for fun, to the thigh pressing under the table. It's not much of a day till you're stuck with just one, and it has to be done on the sly. In the meanwhile, there are mouths to be kissed before mouths to be fed, and there's many a tryst and there's many a bed. There's a lot I'll have missed, but I'll not have been dead when I die. And a person should celebrate everything passing by. And I shall marry the miller's son.
George? Hello, George? There is someone in this dress. A trickle of sweat, the back of the head. He always does this. Now the foot is dead. Sunny in the park with George. One more sun. The collar is damp, beginning to pinch. The bustle slipping. I won't budge 1 inch. Who is at the zoo, George? Who is at the zoo? The monkey said who, George? The monkey said who?
Don't move.
Artists are bizarre. Fixed, cold. That's you, George, you're bizarre. Fixed, cold. I like that in a man. Fixed, cold. God, it's hot up here. Well, there are worse things. Staring at the water on a Sunday. Well, there are worse things. Staring at the water as you're posing for a picture being painted by your lover in the middle of the summer by a river on an island on a Sunday. The petticoats are wet, which adds to the weight. The sun is blinding, or I concentrate.
Eyes open, please.
Sunny in the park with George.
Look out at the water, not me.
Sunny in the park with George. Concentrate, concentrate. Well, if you want and respect and attention, not to say connection, modeling's no profession. Well, if you want instead, when you're dead, some more public and more permanent expression of affection, you want a painter, poet, sculptor, preferably marble, granite, bronze that's durable. Something nice with swans that's durable forever. All it has to be is good. And George, you're good. You're really good. George's stroke is tender. George's touch is pure. Your eyes, George. I love your eyes, George. I love your beard, George. I love your size, George. But most, George, of all. But most of all, I love your painting. I think I'm fainting. The tip of the stay, right under the tit. Don't give in, just lift the arm a bit.
Don't lift the arm, please.
Sunny in the park with George.
Oh, the bustle high, please.
Not even a nod, as if I were trees. The ground would open, he would still say please. Never knew with you, George. Who could know with you? The others I knew, George. Before we get to, we'll get to you too. God, I am so hot. Well, there are worse things. Staring at the water on a Sunday. There are worse things. Staring at the water as you're posing for a picture after sleeping on the ferry, after getting up at 7, half an hour for the city, after posing for a picture in the middle of an island by a river on a Sunday. On a Sunday. In the park with
Don't move the mouth.
George.
much reason to rejoice, but it gives me purpose, gives me a voice to say to the world, this is why I live. You are why I live. Loving you is why I do the things I do. Loving you is not in my control, but loving you, it gives me a goal for what's left of my life. I will live and I would die for you. Bless this day, pinnacle of life, husband joined to wife, the heart leaps up to behold this golden day.
Amy, I can't find my shoes. Today is for Amy. Amy, I give you the rest of my life to cherish and to keep you, to honor you forever. Today is for Amy, my happily soon to be wife. Amy, we're really getting married.
Part of me is everybody there, because if everybody's there, I want to thank you all for coming to the wedding. I'd appreciate you going even more. I mean, you must have lots of better things to do. We're not a word of it to Paul. Remember, Paul, you're the man I'm going to marry, but I'm not, because I wouldn't ruin anyone. I just want to please you. So thank you all for the gifts of the flowers. Thank you all. Now it's back to the showers. Don't tell Paul, but I'm not getting married today.
Bless this day, tragedy of life, husband young to wife, the heart sinks down and feels dead. This dreadful day.
Amy, Paul can't find his cufflinks. They're on the dresser. Right next to my suicide note. Listen, everybody, look, I don't know what you're waiting for a wedding. What's a wedding? It's a prehistoric ritual where everybody promises fidelity forever, which is maybe the most horrifying word I've ever heard of, which is followed by a honeymoon when suddenly he realizes he's settled with another one to kill me, which he should. So thanks a bunch, but I'm not getting married. Go have lunch, because I'm not getting married. You've been grand, but I'm not getting married. Don't just stand there, I'm not getting married. And don't tell Paul, but I'm not getting married today. Go, can't you go? Why is nobody listening? Goodbye. Go and cry at another person's wake. If you're quick for a kick, you could pick up a christening. But please, on my knees, there's a human life at stake. Listen, everybody, I'm afraid you didn't hear it. Do you want to see a crazy lady fall in front of you? It isn't only Paul who may be ruining his life. You know, we'll both of us be losing our identities. Telephone my analyst about it, and he said to see him Monday, but by Monday I'll be floating in the Hudson with the other garbage. I'm not well. You've been swell, but I'm not getting married. Clear the hall, because I'm not getting married. Thank you all, but I'm not getting married. And don't tell Paul, because I'm not getting married today.
Bless this bride, totally insane, slipping down the drain, and
adore you all, but
rest
why
of
watch me
my
die like
life.
Eliza on the ice?
Cherish
Look,
and
perhaps I'll collapse in the apse right before you all. So take back the cake, burn the shoes, and boil the rice. Look, I didn't want to have to tell you, but I may be coming down with hepatitis, and I think I'm gonna faint. If you want to watch me paint, I'll do it happily. But wouldn't it be funny? Had to go to the funeral, like with the 27 dinner plates, 37 butter knife, 47 paperweights, 57 candle holders.
One more thing.
I am not getting married,
Softly said.
but I'm not getting married.
With this ring.
See, I'm not getting married.
Mighty wet.
Still, I'm not getting married.
Let
Let
us
us
pray
pray that we're not getting married today.
Amy,
You're starting. Don't talk, please. Why don't the two of you sit down and talk to each other? I can't think with the two of you following me every place I go, from the bedroom to the bathroom to the kitchen. I feel like I'm leading a parade. Paul, stop staring. I feel it like bullets right through my back. No, Paul, please. I'm so crazy I left the refrigerator door open last night, so the orange juice is hot. Here. And if you say thank you, I will go running right out of this apartment into the hopeless cases section at Bellevue. Well, they'll understand me. No, Paul, please. Oh, Paul, I apologize. Who am I telling you what to do? You say whatever you want to say, whatever you like. Oh, Paul.
the orange juice is hot, but thanks.
See, Paul? You don't thank a person for hot orange juice. You slug him. The toast! Oh, now I blew the toast.
That's okay.
It's not okay, Paul. Nothing about it even remotely resembles okay. It is the opposite of okay. See, Robert? This is the real me. Crazed.
You know, I was just thinking this is probably a much more interesting wedding breakfast than most. The bride is in a high-energy mode, the groom abnormally quiet, but yet a festive atmosphere pervades the room. Maybe it's the best man, smiling, even as she dies from drinking boiled orange juice.
I would laugh, Robert, if it weren't all so tragic. How do I look? Funny?
Yeah, that's a funny dress.
That dumb hairdresser curled my hair like he was on withdrawal. Paul, what are you so happy about all the time?
You.
This is the most neurotic, insane. It is so crazy having this enormous wedding after we've been living together all these years. It's embarrassing, Paul. People will think I'm pregnant.
That's next year. Listen, if we hurry, we're late.
What am I doing? I'm 31.
And perfect.
Oh, an oldie but a goodie, huh? Would you believe? 2 years with a psychiatrist and look where it leads. I am just so glad I'm not having a Catholic wedding, because next year when I get the divorce, I won't be a sinner. Whoever would have thought I'd marry someone Jewish? Jewish! I mean, I didn't even know anybody who was Jewish. Look what a little Catholic rebellion will lead you to. You know, that was probably my main attraction to Robert. Oh, he was so handsome. Paul would kiss me and I would think, I've got my very own Jew. Oh, and he was so beautiful, inside and out.
What is all this about me being Jewish today? About 3/4 of your friends are Jewish.
Did I ever say I like my friends? I do not. I much prefer my gentle enemies. At least they leave you alone. And I need to be left alone. I'm just like Robert.
What the hell are you talking about? I'm not like that. But don't answer because we don't have time.
Amy, after all these years, don't you see? We fit.
The higher you go, the harder you hurt when you fall.
I never dropped you yet.
Whoever reads this, I love you. Well, thank you, I love you too.
Thank him, the phantom. He leaves notes like that all over the place. A person can't stand all that everlasting affection, Paul. Nobody human can stand all that sweetness.
Amy, don't you think we should go?
I can't.
Amy, do you see what you're doing yourself? If another person did what you do to yourself, they could be put in jail. Come on.
Oh, look. Would you look at that? Now it's really starting to rain. It's starting to rain, Paul. It's a flood. It's a sign. Thank you, God.
Amy, all our friends are waiting. Come on.
That's no reason, Paul. I just can't. I'm too afraid.
Of what?
I don't know. I just think that you're really not for me. I just think maybe nobody's for me. I never saw one good marriage. Not one.
You just see what you look for, you know? I've seen a lot. Listen, Amy. Married people are no more marriage than, musicians and music. It doesn't matter. Sometimes they might be wrong, but it's still right.
Well, I'll put that on a sampler, Paul. I'm sorry. I'm not being emotional. I'm as sane as thing can be. I just don't love you enough.
Bobby? Would you call and say...
I'm gonna call and say that we'll be late. We'll be a little late. People will be starting to get there, don't you think?
Amy, come on. I'm gonna go. I'm sorry.
What did I just do? Well, you did what you thought was right. I guess if it were right, you would have gone through with it. That's what I think anyway. Amy, marry me.
What?
Marry me.
Huh?
Well, you said it before. We're just alike. Why don't we, Amy?
Why don't we, Robert?
Well, marry me and everyone will leave us alone.
Well, isn't this some world? I'm afraid to get married and you're afraid not to. Thank you, Robert. It's really... Well, it's just that you have to want to marry somebody, not just somebody. Oh, he went out without an umbrella or anything. He'll catch pneumonia. Oh, I gotta catch him. I'm getting married. Oh, and he's good, isn't he? He's so good.
Amy.
I'm the next bride.
Order. Design. Tension. Balance. Harmony.
Someday by the blue, purple, yellow, red water, on the green, purple, yellow, red grass, let us pass through a
bum 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 bum.
People strolling through the trees of a small suburban park on an island in the river. On an ordinary
White. A blank page or canvas. The challenge: bring order to the whole. Through design, composition, tension, balance, light, and harmony.
Something is stirring, shifting ground, it's just begun. Edges are blurring all around, and yesterday's done. Feel the flow, hear what's happening, where what's happening. Don't you know we're the movers and we're the shapers, we're the names in tomorrow's papers, up to us now to show 'em. It's our time, breathe it in, worlds to change and votes to win. Our time coming through, me and you, pal, me and you. Feel the flow, hear what's happening, we're what's happening. Don't you know we're the movers and we're the shapers, we're the names in tomorrow's papers, up to us now to show up. Feel how it quivers on the brink, everything gives you the shivers, makes you think there's so much stuff to sing. Me and you
It's our time, breathe it in. Worlds to change and worlds to win. Our time coming through. Me and you, pal, me and you. Feel the flow, hear what's happening. We're what's happening. Long ago, all we had was that funny feeling, saying someday we'll send a reeling. Now it looks like we can. Someday just it's our heads on the block. Give us room and start the clock. Our time coming through. Me and you, pal, me and you. Me and you, me and you, me and you. Something is stirring, shifting ground. It's just begun. Edges are blurring all around, and yesterday is done. Feel the flow, hear what's happening, we're what's happening. Don't you know we're the movers and we're the shapers? We're the names in tomorrow's papers. Up to us now to show. It's our time, breathe it in. Worlds to change and wants to win. Our time coming through. Me and you, pal, me and you. Years from now, we'll remember and we'll come back by the rooftops and hang a plaque. This is where we